Hello, I'm Roseanne Lynch. I don't think I've responded to one of your posts yet, and so I decided to do that today. I am going to address, you mentioned outliers, and when we're screening data, there's many things to look for, and of course one of them is to determine if there's outliers that are going to affect the results. And, it depends on what kind of analysis we're doing. So in a univariate, or there's methods for determining outliers. So for a univariate method, we're going to look at just one variable to see if there's any outliers on that variable. In a multivariate method, we're looking at unusual combinations on all the variables. And to have a visual of where the outlier, or which outliers there are, for a univariate analysis, we're going to create a box plot. And we're kind of familiar with that. We've been doing that. And for the multivariate analysis, we would do the linear regression graph to determine the outliers. And so, outliers can be very problematic, and there are solutions. If the outlier doesn't change the results, but affects the assumptions, then it could be okay to delete it, but we have to make a note of it somewhere in our, in our write-up. If it affects both the results and the assumptions, then it can be dropped. And or you can run the analysis again by performing a transformation, and that's something we're learning about in our most recent lab. And that could help the results look more like the equality of variance. So it can make doing the transformations can make the assumptions work better, especially if it's a dependent variable. So screening the data and looking at outliers, our book talks about outliers not necessarily being bad, that sometimes they're very interesting, and that could add a little more flavor to our results section. And sometimes we have to make some pretty hard decisions about what to do with them, because we want to be true to the field and ethical. And when we kind of mess around with results to make our research look like it was significant when it really wasn't, it's not very ethical. And it kind of makes the field look pretty bad. And so screening for data is really important so that we have meaningful results, that we kind of have a backup for. We can explain why without creating mystery around how we got our results, so that we can help research just keep going. Thank you.